see how it does. What's happening, everybody? Welcome Monday Live. We're a little bit late. Let's see the chat real quick. Hopefully we won't have any technical issues. Hopefully. Ben Coombs, Our Metal Stage. Billy Shelton is in the house. Jim Guidry. Dry Heat is in the house as well. Thank you, people. Thank you very much for being here. This is going to be quick. It's going to be very quick. I overslept. woke up. It was after 1. I said, holy crap. So I slept good, man. I slept good. So. So I feel good this morning. I feel better than I did yesterday, man. It just goes to show you, see, you take that emergency and you're good, man. By the way, Jim Guidry, I love that new tune you got going, man. That little rockin' riff you got going. It's awesome, man. And yeah, it's really, really kick it. You're welcome, Jimbo. Absolutely, man. Yes, absolutely. Today is Monday. Was it February the 12th? I just put it on the thing, and I'm already forgetting. February the 12th, yes. And I'm going to tell you what, man. It's still cloudy out here, but it's not raining. Not yet. It's supposed to start again later this afternoon, so it's easy to get stuck out here in the yard. That's what you deal with when you're in the country, right? But, yeah. So we're going to make it. We're going to get out of here in a little bit and head to work and get this week started properly. Just a second. trying to get warmed up this morning, man. Golly. Dry Heat says, did you all know that Glenn Tipton, was retiring due to Parkinson's? No, I did not know that, man. I did not know that. Golly. And also, Neil Diamond is dealing with the same issue, is he not? I think he was just diagnosed with Parkinson's. What, I heard that last week? Was it last week I heard that? Or a week before? Yeah. And he's like 77. That's how does that happen when you get up in years like that? How do you contract? That is just blows my mind. God bless Neil Diamond and Glenn Tipton. I'll get it right. And that's terrible, man. Oh my God. Can you imagine? I mean, being both of them are great artists in their own right, what they do, and pretty soon they won't be able to play anymore, you know? That's sad, man. Our Metal Stage says Parkinson's disease usually becomes active around 60 years of age. I didn't know that because that's what Michael J. Fox has got, correct? And he got it early in his life. And well, you know what? Now that I say that, I apologize. I have his audio book. Michael J. Fox, he's got a few audio books out, but the one I got talks about, you know, he talks about, because he narrates it, you know. Fantastic book. He talks about how he got started in show business, how he got the role of Alex Keaton on Family Ties, and then eventually, you know, when he contracted Parkinson's, and he couldn't figure out what was going on, and when they finally nailed it down with some tests, they said it was really 1 in a million because he shouldn't be getting it. And that's right, Senator. Thank you, man, for telling me that. That just jarred my foggy memory. But one thing I will say about the Michael J. Fox, his day when he was doing the movies Back to the Future and Family Ties, he was partying his tail off. Man, he was a partier, boy. He would get blitzed, but, you know, you're in your late 20s, early 30s or whatever, and you got all that money, single. I think that's kind of normal, right? Thank you for the thumbs ups. Appreciate the thumbs ups, man. That helps out the channel tremendously. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate that. Man, are you serious? Your father has it? Oh my God. I'm sorry, man. Oh my God, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I think the first signs of it, if I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but I think it starts in the hands. Because I remember seeing a biography or something about it was on the History Channel. It was something about Hitler or something, and it started when he was checking out his soldiers. He had his hands behind his back, and his hands were just doing this right here, you know. And that was, you know, he was coming down with Parkinson's, you know. So it was crazy, you know. J.J. Collins is in the house. Thank you, Mr. Collins, for joining. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, so it's scary, you know, how stuff like that can sneak up on you at any time, man. It's crazy. Light of Day, that movie Light of Day with Michael J. Fox and Joan Jett. I remember seeing that back in the day, and actually I ordered a copy of that off eBay, and man, what a rip. That dude, he must have held his smartphone up to the computer and filmed it or something. It was man, I got ripped off on that deal, and came with he had the case and all that. It looked semi legit. The case that it came in, the DVD case. I was like, all right, man, I ain't seen it, and I still watched it because you couldn't find it nowhere. You could not find that movie anywhere. I tried to find it on. I was going to buy it, but wow, when I watched it, I said, man, this movie, it's not it's good, but it's not as cool as I thought it would remember it would be, it's like, man, but it's dated, man. It's, it's a, what, 80s movie, It had Michael J. Fox and he's playing guitar and with his sister and all that. It's still a good movie. It was just, it's just, how you haven't seen a movie in a long time, right? You go back and you're like, oh, I mean, when I watched this years ago, it was cool. But, you get older and you get wiser and you look at stuff and you're like, oh, man, that wouldn't happen in real life, Still a good movie, though. If I could find a legit copy of it for sale, I would buy it. Not something that, somebody was, how they were doing. I said, oh, come on, man. Yeah, decent weather. You get to practice. That's awesome, man. That's cool. Yeah. I wish I could say this is my practice time right here. So what you see is what you get. Lord, I ain't done that in forever. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Long, long time. Mike McKean on bass. Who was that, Ben? Did you talk about on the movie? I have no idea. I don't even know who that is. So, Light of Day? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. Oh, that's right. He was the dude from Laverne Shirley. Yeah, yeah. And he was in Spinal Tap too. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. Ain't that wild? I think that was a throwback for since he was in there for Spinal Tap, wasn't it? And I just, since you brought that up, thanks, man. I like I said, I haven't seen that movie. I bought that awful copy from eBay years ago. And when you put it on the DVD player and you played it, you had to turn the TV all the way up. You had to max the volume all the way up. That's how of a how much of a bad quality copy that was. But yeah, like I said, I haven't seen that in forever. And I was like, man, look at him, man. I said, man. But why do I remember this? This just popped in my head when Joan Jett was joining that band. It was called Huns. Remember that? Hunz. And I said, why does that sound so close to Hunts? The ketchup. Who came up with that name? Okay, the band name is going to be Huns. You're just one T away from making that a ketchup, right? I thought that was cheesy. Yeah, the metal band. Yeah, that was their name. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Golly. Holy smokes. Name that tune. And I did one earlier too. You remember this one? Remember that one? Let's see what else. Oh man, let's see. I guess this is Music Riff Monday, I guess. That's right, Dry Heat. You got it. Yeah, and that was Plush. And yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Another example of how the brilliance of Neil Schon, right? G, C, D, and back. It's just crazy, man. Oh, man. Those guys are just amazing, right? Yes, Plush. Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah. Yeah, great song. Love that song too. Absolutely. Let's see what else. Do y'all remember that album by Sammy Hagar? I Never Said Goodbye. That's got some damn good songs on it, man. Damn good. Trying to remember. I love that song. It's called Back Into You. Check it out if you haven't never checked that out off Sammy's solo album when he had to do that last album for, oh God, what was it? For that label he was with. That was the deal they made. He had to do one more album for the label he was with before he went with Warner Brothers because, yeah, they did the 5150 album, and then after that he went in the studio and did his solo, I Never Said Goodbye, which at the time didn't have an album name. They held a contest on MTV, and people submitted titles, and some woman come up with that. I Never Said Goodbye. Sammy left, but I Never Said Goodbye. That's how they come up with it. So I thought that was cool. That was pretty cool. I can't remember what was the label he was on? Why is that slipping my mind? Man. Hey, Mike Ray, how are you, sir? Oh, man. But yeah, that's an awesome album. Every song on that album to me is amazing. Sammy is still in top form with his voice. He plays all the guitars on that album. Eddie plays bass on that album, which is really cool. Sammy brought in some of his friends from his solo band to help cover him on that album. I thought that was great. And that's one thing I can say about Sammy Hagar, man. He stays true to his former bandmates that stuck with him through stuff, right? And and fantastic album. I Never Said Goodbye. I love that. JJ Collins says he has that album. It's great. It is, man. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal album. Excuse me. Lord of mercy. Yeah, there's a song called Hands and Knees that's really good. I think he had a video for that. And at the end of that, I think the boys in Van Halen came in, and he rolled down this ramp or something, like he was wore out, exhausted from playing the guitar or something. And they all was looking at him like, "What are you doing? We came here to rehearse." You know, it's pretty cool how he included those guys in the video just for a couple little cameo shots. You know, I always thought that was cool, and that's why I always loved Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. You know, I love it both. I love both eras, but Sammy seemed to bring more life to the band, more camaraderie. I mean, if I can even say that word right. He was more of a laid-back dude, you know, in my opinion. A lot of people don't agree with that, and that's fine. Everybody's got their own opinion. Van Halen 1 did turn 40 over the weekend. That was wild. 40 years old, man. I can, man. I mean, when I first heard that out, I didn't hear that album till a lot later, when I was older. Because the first thing I heard from Van Halen, the very first thing I heard was I was staying in a cousin's house, and they had MTV. That's when MTV was new, right? 81, 82. And wasn't long after that, Van Halen had that Jump video on. I didn't know what that was, you know. But I was going to a talent show in high school, and we was riding with a buddy who was driving, and he popped in a cassette. And I was sitting in the back seat, and it was actually the Fair Warning album is what it was. And I heard the back speakers. I heard the guitar from Mean Streets and all that. And I was like, what the heck is that? You know, that's how I was introduced to Van Halen at that later age. Then I went back and started getting all the albums. And of course, when I heard Van Halen 1, you know, blew me away. Just like, how is he playing like that? You know, told that story many times on here, but still, it's fantastic. You know, that just made me want to play. So there you go. It's kind of sad that they're not doing anything, though. Kind of sad. You would think they would do something. Bring Sammy back. Well, Sammy said he's done now, so I guess they done burnt that bridge. So I don't know. Oh Lord. That's right, Dry Heat. When MTV was good, before you had to be pregnant to have a show on MTV. That's how bad things have gotten, haven't they? Man, that's awful, man. Golly. Different generation, man. Different thing. You know, you don't see many people on YouTube doing this. I mean, you do, but you don't, you know. Everything else is off the wall crap, you know. So, oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and play this out and get ready to jump off here in a couple of minutes because I have to go. I overslept today, right? Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Had fun. I know this was quick. Thank you. Don't forget, there'll be another video here. Subscribe button will be here. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless. Peace out. Bye-bye.